What up, everybody? We are doing a recap of 2020, the year of the Mad Dog. I hope you're ready for all the excitement that this winter wonderland has to offer.
And it's snowing!
It's snowing so much! It's so nice!
2020 was a terrible year in most aspects. However, Timmy and I had a lot of wonderful things happen to us this year, and we did want to talk about it and just kind of focus on the good that happened because all of you guys came along with us on our journey to become small YouTubers.
We're hitting the big times any day now.
We appreciate that so much.
Here we go.
January. In January, we drove to Seattle, stayed in a $60 hotel. Don't do it. And we took our JLPT N1 exams, which is a Japanese language proficiency exam. How did you do, Tim?
I did really well. I passed. I am proficient as a small child in Japanese.
I failed so miserably that during the reading section, I didn't even know if they were asking a question or giving me directions. But it was really fun, and I'm glad that I went and took it because now I know what to expect and what to study. We also celebrated Timmy's birthday.
I turned 28 this year.
He's so old!
I made it past the 27 club, so I can no longer die a young rock star. So now I need to make it to 120. That's the rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not in my genes.
It's happening.
I'm going
You're
out
coming with me.
early 60s. For Tim's birthday, we did a lot of things. We went to Merlin's, which is a local gaming center, and we learned how to play House on Haunted Hill. Haunted House on the Hill.
Betrayal at the House on the Hill.
Betrayal at the Haunted. We also went next door to Magic Lantern, which is my absolute favorite theater here in town. They always play really interesting movies. And we watched Bong Joon-ho's Parasite, which was the beginning of my spiral into Bong Joon-ho's masterpieces. We had a New Year's party, a Roaring 20s New Year's party with Bailey and Alex and my family. And that was super fun because we got to dress up like we were from the 20s. Mari? Mari's messing with the camera. Mari, get down.
Snowball. Take him out.
February.
What
was the most important thing that happened in February, Tim?
I interviewed with JET, the Japanese exchange and teaching program. I passed the interview, kind of. I became an alternate, which meant that I had to wait for someone else to drop out of the program so that I could take their place. Guess what? That never happened. So we didn't go to Japan.
The pandemic kind of shut down most of the jets going over, but looking at this past year and how we were able to help our friends and family and how our friends and family were able to help us through all of the trauma that went on, and me being a nurse during the pandemic, I'm really glad that we didn't leave as my duty as a nurse to work through the pandemic if Timmy were to go. And I don't know that we would have been able to handle that because I'm a big weenie.
We are not made for...
That was a mouse! Back.
We're coming back. I just wanted to give a big shout out to Maggie Thorpe, who worked her butt off along with the entire Seattle Japan consulate to make the JET program really work for the Pacific Northwest in particular.
I got my adaptive snowboard certification, which means that I am now certified to teach visually and cognitively impaired people how to snowboard.
She's so talented.
Also, for my dad's 50th birthday, which we had so much fun at, we made him a stack, a pyramid of 50 different beers, and we went to Flat Stick Pub. Flat Stick Pub is like a really cool place where you can go and you can play different games, but their main thing is that they have mini golf. Then we went to Heritage Bar and Grill, and we ate a bunch of food with the family. And as we were leaving, this random stranger came up to my dad and was like, "It's your birthday, let's do a shot." And Dad was like, no. And we were all like, shot. So my dad's got his shot, and the guy goes, "To fire, not the kind that burns down shacks and shanties, but the kind that pulls down pants and panties." Also, we paid off my student loans.
Boom! Boom!
In March. This is when things really started going downhill.
For the world.
there was a lot of beauty in that moment. COVID hit our hospital. My unit, which is a post-surgical unit, shut down to become a medical unit, which meant that we were a COVID unit. And it was scary because nobody knew how to deal with this. But I found a strength in myself and saw a strength in my colleagues that I didn't even know could exist. It was magical the way that everybody came together. My friend Alex has a 3D printer, and we printed probably 200 face shields to distribute to 3 hospitals in the area. At that time, there was a protective equipment shortage, which meant that people were using ski goggles, they were buying N95s that weren't fitted at hardware stores. We were reusing gowns. One time I was given a mask with lipstick stains inside of it. People were using welding helmets. It was crazy, and so to be able to do that with Alex and to have our late nights assembling them and get them out early in the morning was just so inspiring.
I finished my bachelor's degree literally the day before Eastern shut down due to COVID.
In April, this is when things started getting really, really good for us. Timmy said, and I said multiple times, this has been the best summer that we've ever had. And it's because the ski hill shut down early, which spiraled me into depression. And so I decided at the youthful age of 27 to learn how to skateboard. I bought my skateboard from Pistol Shop here in Spokane. They were doing no contact delivery. I sat right out here. I had my coffee in my hand, ordered it on my phone, and got a text from him before I finished my coffee saying, I'm driving to your house now. I'm going to drop off your skateboard for you.
That was so cool.
Cue 80 different skate videos.
Bam! Like that. That is the range, Chloe. Do you see this bad boy right here? Do you know what this is hiding under all this beautiful snow? Yeah. That is the awesome backyard fireplace that we picked up because we had so many little close friend backyard bonfires with people. Oh! Hey, welcome back.
It really increased our social life and gave us something to do during the summer. Something that wasn't just hiking, because not all of my friends like to hike. But I like all of my friends and I want to spend a lot of time with them. So
We like all of you.
Also, a lot more skating.
That was nice.
what I intended. But it was still cool.
I got a skateboard too. I'm still really, really bad.
Also, in May,
Girls trip.
we went on a girls' trip to the hot springs. Timmy did not come.
Nope.
I went with Anna and Sydney, two of my friends from work, and Bailey, my wonderful bestie, who you probably all know if you have seen any of my videos at all. And we went to Jerry Johnson and Weir Creek Hot Springs in Montana. It was a lot of fun. It was a whirlwind, wild trip. There may have been drinking involved, possibly a lot of it. We had a dance party in a parking lot. We sat around in the hot springs. We went out to eat because things were actually open in Montana. It was amazing. We also tried to go hiking at what Anna described as the most beautiful hiking spot that she has ever been to in her life. And at the bottom there was no snow, so I wore my trusty Pacific Northwest Birkenstocks.
Reppin' the Birks.
I love those Birkenstocks, but once we got into a foot or more of snow, the trail disappeared and we started aimlessly wandering in the woods as night was falling. We realized we just had to head down the hill. We popped out on the road that held our car.
June.
We went on a random trip to Nebraska. How did that happen, Tim?
So, my dad, for Father's Day for many years, has said, well, I don't really want anything. Why don't you just come on a trip with me? And then we say, sure, what trip? And he says, I'm too busy farming. I can't do trips. So, my dad was going down to Nebraska to pick up farm equipment. Like, it was only 5 days altogether.
Way less. It was like 3 days.
No.
I don't know. We drove for most of it. There was a lot of corn. There was a lot of farmland. John would say things like, we'll probably be here for about an hour, and we would end up being there for 6 hours. I sunburned really bad.
Oh, God.
I didn't realize that Nebraska only has sun and corn. We
There's
did
nothing
pick up
else.
some shot glasses, though. On our way back, we ended up stopping at a lot of cool, different, like, viewing points and seeing a lot of, like, nature, which was really cool. But for now, a toast.
To travel. It's also solidified, so you could really drink it. July.
My birthday. Also, we went on a COVID-friendly trip to Yellowstone with my mother-in-law, which was really cool because we've never just gone on a trip with her before, just the two of us. So we had a lot of fun. We got our own cabin. We had very little human contact.
Which
We
was
brought
appropriate.
almost all of our food, and we did a lot of hiking. And
Yeah.
it was just so refreshing.
Thank you, Mom. That was a
Thank you.
fantastic trip. We love you. August.
This was my favorite month of this year, actually. I had so much fun. We went to Mexico! We stayed at Playa del Carmen at first, which was a really wonderful Mexico experience because it was actually just like right in the middle of the city. So we got to see like beautiful Mexican architecture, and we got to see a lot of wonderful graffiti. Go to the laundromat and like
That was cool. The
go to their
laundromat.
Walmart. We ate so much food.
Oh my god. We had the best Italian food I've ever had.
Sky had her quinceañera there because
She
Sky
did.
turned 15.
On the trip.
It was so cool. Espy lives in Mexico, and she was like, oh my god, while you're in Mexico, like watch this list of Mexican films. And so we got to watch some pretty cool Mexican films while we were there that we don't have on our VPN from the States. Before we took the ferry out of Playa del Carmen on our last night, we went to Señor Frog's, which was party central. We were like, let's just go out and get something to eat. So like we went down there, and it was like boom, 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 boom. They were coming around like dropping free shots at every table, which is where we got our beautiful Señor Frog shot glasses.
Ding.
we ended up doing a couple of excursions that were absolutely amazing. We went to Zalha, and we went to the cenotes, where we were able to rappel down into caves or cenotes that are like these big underground caves with water in them and tree roots growing down, and we were able to swim there. Yes, it was terrifying. I'm so glad that we did it though. And we also went to Escaret,
Escaret, yeah.
which is like, they called it Mexican Disneyland, and they are not lying.
No.
It was amazing.
I liked it more than
so
Disney, honestly.
Beautiful. We got to see all kinds of animals. We got to learn all about their culture. Once we got to Cozumel, it was like the stakes had risen.
I want to nerd out about the excursions a little bit because, so, Shelha, that Chloe mentioned, is the world's largest water park. And it is literally at an inlet to the ocean, so you're able
got to swim with manatees.
You can swim with manatees. Correct. The park, they had so many different exhibits. The butterfly gardens were one of the most beautiful experiences of my life. Like literally Disney, Ghibli-esque, like just beauty flying around. They have so many different like flowers in the same area.
And flamingos.
Flamingos.
We stayed in this absolutely amazing resort, and you walked right out of your hotel onto the beach and into the second largest reef
The
in
Palancar
the world.
Reef.
Going underwater and snorkeling there, because I was not excited to snorkel. I don't like being in the water. I'm scared of seaweed. I'm a giant weenie. It was like being in a National Geographic. Going under, you saw different wildlife every time you stuck your head under. Pufferfish, sea cucumbers. I was swimming around with a shrimp in my hand and didn't realize that there was a barracuda underneath me. And we're talking like Nemo barracuda.
Long boy.
Finding Nemo,
Nasty
angry
teeth.
ready to kill Marlin's wife. Big, scary eels that would poke their heads out. Spider crabs that
I
would
didn't realize I was
crawl
right
out
next to
from
the
under.
Didn't realize I was right next to the eel till I was like Malibu rum distance away from me. Like he was right there and he's just eyeballing me.
It was awesome. Thank you so much, Mom and Dad, for taking us on that trip.
I suggest anyone who is able to do it.
Absolutely.
These past 3 months of Nebraska, Yellowstone, and Mexico is what really inspired Chloe and I to start the YouTube channel, because we just thought we live a fun life and we want to share it with as many people as possible.
September!
Basically, the whole North American Western Seaboard was burning.
I just want to thank my good friend Alex for being a firefighter and for spending time away from Bailey, his wife, and for fighting those fires for us.
He
because
is...
I wouldn't do it.
He
Yes.
is
Thank
actually
you.
a hero.
So we started working on our YouTube channel the month before, but this is the month where we went and we collected the books for Orient School District. Orient School is where I grew up. Orient kids are weird, and I love them.
Look at her.
And
She's weird too.
Look at me. I'm just a product of that.
Also, we started filming for our channel in August, but we actually worked up the nerve to throw ourselves out to the public and
Bless you.
publish our videos. So that was the start of that. September 30th was my first day at my new job working at Amazon. I started there on the factory floor. October!
October, we were actually recognized for the very first time by a place that we had visited, and it was Lumpia Loca. And they put our things in this. It says, "Thanks, Timmy and Chloe."
That was so special.
Just to be seen and heard is so special and meaningful to us. We should drink to it.
We should. Shot, 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 shot. For me, I think. Yeah! October!
November!
November!
in November, my parents decided that they were going to leave me and move to Florida.
Cruel.
I love them, and I want them to be happy. My parents were raised in Florida, so they know that they love it. And I went to Florida with them and house hunted with them and spent time with my sister. And I just had a lot of fun. I ate boiled peanuts. I will link the videos up here.
Right here. I will add that I originally intended to do a Lonely Man series about me being alone without Chloe. I was in such a sad state that I filmed on the first day that she was gone and once on the 5th day. Both of the videos I said she was in Mexico in.
I was like looking through his footage and I was like, this is unusable. 49 opened.
Yes.
And after 8 or 9 years or however long I've been working there, I am featured on the map!
Boom!
There I
She's the
am!
little one, in case you can't tell. She deserves it.
Tell them about your job.
At the end of November, I got a job in HR. I interviewed so well that he gave me the job that I wanted that I didn't apply for. December! Look at this snow! Oh my goodness.
We made it! So, December. Hopefully the end of the pandemic. The COVID vaccine has come out. I have not gotten it yet, but I will. I'm so excited. I'm ready to be over with this.
They opened last month, but we've been up more this month because they opened at the end of last month.
I've been snowboarding a lot, and it's been a lot of fun.
Keep talking. I'll be back.
Christmas is my favorite time of the year. I don't know what Timmy's doing.
This is my new snowboard. So what this board is it is one of the prototype boards for Rosignol's The One, which is one of their newer boards. It's mass produced. However, there's only 30 of these boards that say test board, that are this board.
Flip it over, show them.
This is like what you get after you beat Tricky. This is the gun that you get after you beat Resident Evil on Professional. This is so stinking cool.
You guys, that was the end of our recap. I hope that you've made it through this entire recap. Let's toast to 2021. May 2021 be better than 2020.
For good tidings and for a happy new year. Happy New Year.
I'm sorry that this like devolved into like Chloe and Timmy get drunk. I'm not sorry.
Beautiful. Absolute artwork is what that is.